Hello everyone, welcome to our Gross Margin Levers Methodology training video. The goal of this video is to provide the commercial team with an analytical method that allows them to understand the business, seek opportunities for continuous improvement, and enhance sales results. This resource will facilitate us to analyze our business, identify deviations, set objectives, and track their results with the aim of improving them. With this approach, we'll be able to analyze clients, markets, channels, and countries, studying the behavior of SKUs, brands, segments, categories, and more. The analysis can be compared within 2 periods. Versus plan, identifying deviations in order to measure our performance. Versus previous year, helping to set objectives for next year's business plan and checking our evolution. The analysis is performed based on 4 levers: volume, price management, mix, and new listings. These 4 drivers are the ones that allow us to grow and improve our total gross margin. Let's analyze each of them. Starting with the volume lever, it describes the variation of gross margin that comes from the difference in liters sold of each product between 2 periods. In this example, if in 2022, Product 1 sells 500 liters more than in 2021, this difference will bring a positive gross margin of €750. This number is calculated multiplying the difference, 500 liters, by the initial euro per liter gross margin of 2021. The second lever, price management, defines the variation of gross margin that comes from managing our unitary net prices, considering the given costs. In this example, the price management of Product 2 will bring a positive gross margin of €1,050, because the negative impact caused by the increase in costs has been compensated with the increase of net prices that were able to absorb it. The third one is the mix lever. It reflects how the change in the portfolio mix between 2 periods brings more or less gross margin, depending on the unitary profitability and volume weight of each product inside the portfolio. This means if you sell more of the most profitable products, the mix lever will positively impact the gross margin. And on the other way around, if you sell more of the less profitable SKUs, it will reduce your gains. In order to understand the contribution of each product to this mix lever, first we need to know the mix effect of each SKU. The mix effect calculates how much the weight variation of each SKU, considering its profitability, contributes to the total gross margin. When we say weight variation, it means the difference of weight of each SKU inside the portfolio between years. In other words, the new portfolio mix. When we talk about profitability, let's consider not just the volume, but also the specific profitability of each SKU, calculated like the difference between every SKU unitary gross margin and the average gross margin per liter of the total portfolio. Multiplying these 2 variables, we get to know how much each liter is contributing to the increase or decrease of the final gross margin. And knowing that, if we multiply the mix effect by the total volume of the portfolio, it brings us to how much we are gaining because of the new portfolio mix. As we said before, if you sell more of the most profitable products, the mix lever will positively impact the gross margin. And on the other way around, if you sell more of the less profitable SKUs, it will reduce the gains. For example, imagine a retailer where during 2021 we have sold 3 products for a total volume of 10,000 liters. In 2022, we are going to sell the exact same amount of total liters, but we are going to change the volume mix of each individual product inside the portfolio. In the case of SKU 1, the loss of 15 percentage points in the portfolio multiplied by the minus 15 cents of difference between its gross margin per liter and the average gives us a mix effect of 2 cents per liter. This number multiplied by the 10,000 total ABP 2022 liters shows this SKU will contribute positively in €225 to the final gross margin. If we look now to SKU 2, the loss of 7.5 percentage points will add €488. On the other hand, the gain of 22.5 percentage points of SKU 3, the one with highest profitability, will contribute positively in €788 to the final gross margin. The sum of the contributions of the 3 SKUs in the portfolio goes up to €1,500, the extra margin we are gaining in 2022 because of the good management of the mix. Finally, the Listings and New Products lever describes how the introduction of a new SKU in the customer's list impacts our gross margin variation. In this example, the introduction of 1,000 liters of a new SKU, SKU 4, which has a gross margin per liter of €140, will add €1,400 to our total 2022 gross margin. Knowing this, due to the relation between the drivers that we have seen, we combine them in two bigger levers: volume, price balance, including the volume and the price management; total portfolio management, which gathers the mix and the listings and new products lever. As a new example to understand it better, imagine we want to elaborate the annual business plan 2022 for customer A. We know that in this customer, we are currently selling 3 products, and we are planning to list a new one in 2022. Also, the volume and gross margin per liter of product 1, 2, and 3 changes between years. Knowing these assumptions, let's see how through the management of the 4 levers previously described, we can reach a gross margin in 2022 of €18,000, starting from the past gross margin in 2021 of €16,500. The first lever of the balance, as we know, is composed of volume and price management. The volume lever describes the gross margin variation coming from the difference in liters sold to a customer. In our ABP 2022, we plan to sell 1,000 liters less of the products already listed in this customer. This will have a negative impact on our gross margin of €1,650 because the gross margin per liter was of €165. On the other hand, the price management lever considers 3 factors: net price, costs of goods, and distribution costs. The increase of €0.67 per liter in the average net price contributes in €6,000 to the gross margin 2022. However, the increase of €0.45 per liters in COGS and in €0.01 per liter in distribution costs has a negative impact of €4,150 in the total gross margin. In conclusion, thanks to the good management of the net price, because we negotiated a higher price than the costs, the contribution of this lever to the gross margin is of €1,850. To sum up, the volume per price balance has contributed €200 to the total 2022 gross margin. The second lever is the total portfolio management that gathers mix plus listings per new products. In the mix lever, each SKU provides a unitary value that contributes to the average unitary gross margin of that specific portfolio. Remember that the mix explains how the change in the portfolio between 2 periods can bring more or less gross margin depending on the unitary profitability of the SKUs that compose it and its volume weight inside the portfolio. If you sell more of the most profitable products, the mix lever will impact positively on the gross margin. In this new example, the result would be a €100 negative impact on the gross margin, as we are planning to sell more volume of products that bring fewer gross margin per liter. The last lever is the new listings. In this case, selling to the customer 1,000 liters of a new SKU that has a gross margin per liter of €1.4 per liter will bring us €1,400 to the total gross margin. In total, the portfolio management lever will add €1,300 to the planned gross margin 2022. And thanks to the gross margin levers methodology, we know that summing the contributions of both levers, 200 plus €1,300, the planned gross margin 2022 will be €1,500 higher than 2021, just like the goal we had set in the beginning. In this exercise, we have analyzed the portfolio of a customer, but this tool can be used for brands, categories, formats, channels, customers, or even countries as well. It will help you with the planning and controlling of your business while seeking a positive gross margin variation between periods. Thanks for watching this video. We hope it was useful for you. Please feel free to contact the Global Business Development Department if you have any doubts or need further information.